here we go. We are starting cycle 15, day 1. We just got through... Was that a drought or a bad tide? Let's see, I don't remember actually. Might have been a bad tide. Not 100% sure. Good morning, Sand Artist. Glad to see that you're here. It is Saturday morning, per usual. And today we're going to be spending at least some time on this reservoir. Because I don't think that this little section is enough to irrigate everything over here. So, gotta fix that. But hopefully it'll be not too big of an investment. Seems like we already have a few other people who have joined the chat, or at least joined the stream. Welcome everyone. We have some dynamite that we're placing here. I'm going to try and expand this portion backwards. Try and increase the volume a little bit. And then we might need to shift this wall over as well. Because we might not really need this whole section to be pumpable, because we already have a good amount of water collection over here during the wet season. But the main benefit of the reservoir on this side will be during the droughts and bad tides, that we can still pump some water. And that being said, we do need to set up the water pumps over here. I'm not too worried about it. We can hold up to 6,000 water, and we're currently at just under 5,000. So I think we'll be set for a while. I'm also thinking, with how much extra water we have, we can leave this turned on permanently, because one thing that this section experiences is the water levels dropping, and then we lose our spatter dock, and then access to some of the items, or I guess the buildings that the beavers use, like the Lido and the shower. So it might make sense to leave this turned on permanently. But yeah, that's what we're going to focus on for at least part of today. We are in the process of expanding our reservoir over here. We can continue to detonate all this dynamite. Get some triples placed down. Honestly, we can just keep going as far over here as we want to, but I'm not too concerned about that at the moment. We have this guy who is in his nowhere land, because we can't connect it in. Limited to just 2 connections. But our farm is doing pretty good. We have this grist mill. I don't love that it's a seasonal grist mill, since it's getting power through these water wheels, and then it stopped. Oh yeah, because we have to have this whole section fill up first, because these are closed. Well, they're set to auto, but they're closed now. Let's see, we also worked on our zipline network in the last episode. So we have our transfer stations over here. Why is this one blue? Is it because the sky is blue over here? I don't know why, but we also were expanding some usable space. We have some more houses underneath and some more rooftop terraces. I think we can continue to expand housing over here if we need to, because we're kind of at the limits on this side. We do have a good amount of storage as well. We can go upwards if we need to. But I think at this point we're pretty set for food storages. Let's see, we don't have any bread yet, but we have storage for it. We still need to make a few more items though. Well, all the things that I'm looking at are in pretty good shape. Oh yeah, one thing we are going to focus on today is getting bots set up. You can put 2 stations door to door with no path. Ooh, so you're saying it would be something like this. That is funny. I didn't even... Interesting. I'd be curious to try that. I guess it wouldn't really work here because we need them to be able to get on and off. But somewhere... Let's see. I'm trying to think of where I would want that. It would really be if you just want a transfer station, but you don't have that transfer station as a destination. Like here I like them hopping off and then building the TNT, but maybe some other places it would be useful. We also have 23 vacant jobs, and I think that a lot of them are some of these builders' huts and this hauling post. So what was I going to do for the bots? Was I going to lower this or raise it? We have the windmills at this level. The bot jobs. So we also have 16,000 science. And I already unlocked all these. Let's see. We even have 2 of the monuments unlocked already. So these are too high. Let's see. We have 1, 2, 3, 4 levels. So we could actually lower all this and make 2 levels before we're right here. Let's start keeping stuff at this elevation so we can detonate some stuff around this side. And then we can, well, we can't use storages really. I mean a little bit, but not. It's just different types of storages than the iron teeth. If you space it 1 tile apart, then it can be a good on and off as well as quick transfer stop. Hello Saja Mister. Sajal Mister. Yes, I have been using it kind of like that. I have 2 just so they can go up and down different levels, but I do like the whole transfer station concept. This is kind of like that. I think that I actually intended to have these 2 go between each other, so we want to change this. We want to get rid of this one and connect it here, and then connect that one to this. Yeah, so that's going to be more useful, I think. Now they can go between those really easily. Connects this whole system together. And so we can start by getting some dynamite placed right here. We are running short on explosives, I think. We have 5. Not a whole lot. We should prioritize this by haulers. Keep it running efficiently. we could probably, let's see, at least temporarily also get some storage. Have that for bad water. And then one more. Set this to explosives. This will be one to supply. That way this guy can just toss the explosives in here if he needs to. And they probably can't reach any of these. Yeah. But we can solve that as long as we get some paths set up. And now they should be able to reach all this. So let's see. I think we're doing fine on power. These got down to... Ooh, these are still going down. What the heck is happening? Okay, so is this acting cyclical again? We shouldn't have any water leaving the system from down below, because this is closed. And then this water is from everything up top. So all the water should be going up here. And you can see the flow. Looks like it reflects that. Going up. So these just aren't producing enough, I guess. And then we have the water flowing out this way. Yeah, these are not flowing super fast. So I think we need to start tapping into some other sources. Right here is an obvious candidate. If we straighten it out a little bit and then just get those power shafts connected in, should be an easy fix. So let's start. We're going to just expand in this direction. And let's see, we have a transfer station, or not transfer station, we have a zipline station. We can get some storage set up. Just a large pile. This will be obtain. That will make the construction for this section easier. I will want to fill this in with dirt blocks, I think, but we don't have a dirt excavator yet. We could unlock one, but it's a dangerous job, and I like to avoid those until we have bots as much as possible. This is a high chance of injury job, but we also have, we don't have bots, but we need explosives. We do have 11 incapacitated beavers. I think we have enough medical beds though. Why do we have metal blocks right here? I think we should have... Oh, we can check. Yeah, we have plenty of storage. This can go bye-bye. And let's just make sure we collect everything. Would I want to use dirt or levees to straighten it out? For aesthetics, I would rather have dirt, but temporarily we'll probably use levees. So, we'll go... because it only needs to be 2 wide, I think. I don't think that would flood it. We'll have it 3 wide and then have a levee jut out to block it. So we'll have it go something like this. But we are going to pause. Actually, we wouldn't need these ones. We're going to pause this, that way they can't construct any of this. Right. Yeah, they shouldn't be able to. They'll get this done. We'll blast this out. We need to lower this as well. Oh, can they reach this? Just gotta add a path in though. And yeah, we'll add some double dynamite over here, but we'll do that after we've constructed some water wheels maybe. So, but this is not super high on the priority list. We have enough power to sustain us. Oh, I was like, where'd the gravity batteries go? But I need to get rid of that. Yeah, so we're getting extra power at night, but during the daytime I think we're actually losing a little bit. I think all of these are connected in, so we'll need to add some windmills potentially. We're doing great on planks, so we can add a couple of those. And then we'll add another windmill. We'll go with the large one just because it's more efficient. And we have the resources to construct it. We were running short on gears, but it seems like we're doing much better now. $15 vacant jobs, and most of those are in the haulers and the builders. Yeah, so I think, yeah, we're just going through all our explosives as soon as we construct them. We can detonate these. And then we'll have to keep going down. Might need to move this at some point. I guess we'll just go like this for now. Although really we'll probably... we'll go like this. I think that should be fine. Yeah, because we'll go double, single. Yeah, so they'll just work on this as they can. I can add the windmill on top of the connection of the water wheels. On top of the connection of the water wheel. Oh, so you mean it would, I mean, obviously not these ones, but place down a water wheel. Oh, I see what you're saying. So we could go, let's see, water wheel, and then now I'm going to place a levee, and then, I like it. I didn't even think about using the windmills as connections. That's good. They're going to work on this, I guess. Now what side do we want the windmill on? If we... Okay, before you start putting a lot of resources into this, let's think. We can go across the river. Wouldn't be too big of an issue. It might make more well... I think we'll keep it like this. We'll keep it on this side. They won't be able to construct this yet, but that's okay. We can always add some stairs down here, work across. Lots of options. There's plenty of wood, so they're constructing all this. Okay, so we just have a couple more explosives. They actually have all the resources placed in there. Let's add just a few pieces of double dynamite. We'll make these high priority. And then we can start laying the groundwork for some of the some of the bot part factories. And then we can also add a few platforms. That way it'll all be level. Now, do we want to make some of this storage potentially? Maybe. Let's... No, we're not going to complicate it. We'll just have a flat base. Connect on the next side if I want to add more power. Hey, I guess I could even do this, assuming there's not dirt in the way. Yeah, I could just blast away some of this. Windmills on either side. That is going to be fantastic. It's super efficient because you're utilizing this space for connections and then also for power production. So, and that might be the comment of the stream so far. Sagil Mister. Oh my goodness. Those are packed. Don't need that, or that, or that. Collect all this. Okay, so it was just... I got all that. All the dynamite placed down, we can detonate it. And now we can start laying the groundwork for the bot parts. Let's pause real quick. Let's figure out the setup that I want to do, because I think that I'll add a second set of these down the road. And we could do... just duplicate it. I'm not going to do it immediately, I don't think, because we want to make sure that we can scale everything. But I think we'd want to do something like that. We'll leave this side. We can pause all these. And then I guess the only downside of having it directly adjacent is that it's going to be hard to go up and down in elevation. So we might actually move these back one. So we'll place some double platforms and I'll make it much easier to go up and down, because I also want to add in those bot power factories, or the bot assemblers on top. So, and then we can also, oh, we're not going to have charging stations in this one. If we also shift the path over. Oh, that is not at all what I want to do. We'll go... use a spiral staircase. We can go up one. Ooh. Now this is where we could utilize storage. Go up one more. We'd have a few storages right here. Wouldn't necessarily be all of them, but it'd be enough that we could just have one of each. So we have chassis, limbs, and heads. Guess we might not even need some of these. We might down the road, but for now I think this would be fine. And we just had to set all these chassis, Limbs and heads. Okay, we can let them start working on that. But we don't have power connected in quite yet. We are very close. We also are very, very close this way. We will... Oh yeah, so this was going to be a problem. We can continue moving over here. I think I'll probably bump this up to the second story. And then maybe move another smaller building below. And we needed a 5x1. We can place one, but not anymore. We can do a 4x1. So we'll maybe shift this over. I guess we won't entirely be able to do that. Could always build another bot construction somewhere else later. That is true. Doesn't have to, the second one doesn't have to be right around here, but I'm not too concerned about space at the moment, so kind of saving this for that in the future. I'm not too worried about that right now. Metal blocks are doing great. We have our mine up and running. And these guys, everything's being prioritized. Excellent. Things are looking good. Let's get that power connected in. We'll start with a temporary connection. Oh, wait, is that? Oh, nice, I thought ahead. Excellent. And then they should be able to reach this as long as we get the paths set up accordingly. They are going to be so close, they won't be able to reach these last two. We can pause this one because they can get up here and then construct all this. Are we short on any of the building materials? Plank skiers, metal blocks. Plank skiers, metal blocks. Yeah, we're looking great. We have 26, 27 vacant jobs. I think we need some more houses. And then, let's see. Where do I want to put the houses? Part of why I expanded this direction was to get more housing over here. And I think that we also will want to keep going. Ooh, did I not want to do this instead? Do the 5x5? Oh wait, I don't think I'll be able to. Because that would be right on top of this. We could always shift this building. Since we're going to have a bunch of space up here. Move that. We have a good amount of extract at the moment. I think we're going to, first and foremost, let's collect these. And then we'll shift the wood workshop up top. In fact, we can just duplicate it. And then we'll be able to get rid of this. We have a lot of things that we're working on. Oh nice, they got the dynamite. Detonate all of that. We'll add in some water wheels and then low prioritize them. Oh, wrong thing. Okay, so low priority. We'll leave those. We're still doing great on wood, but we want to focus on our bot production. Probably don't need 10 beavers on the mine considering how quick they get injured. We are doing great on scrap metal. We could temporarily reduce it. Well, let's take a look at where our vacant jobs are first. Because I know we have 10 missing from here, and then we have 2 of the builders, which they're storing wheat apparently. 2 of those are completely vacant. And then that's another one, so that's 12 builders. Okay, 12 builders and 10 haulers, so that's 22. So we're still missing some. Bakery. Oh, we don't have cattail wheat? Cattail flour. Are we short? Okay. Yeah, so I think we do need to change the jobs around a little bit. And it's starting to pull from normal jobs like this. Let's go down to 5 for now. So now every vacant job is between this hauler and those 3 builder's huts. So theoretically these will start working. And then let's see what else. We have a bunch of wood workshops. We do need more treated planks though. Gears we're doing fine on. We can pause 2 of these for now. We need to add some houses though. We have space right here. We have a bunch of berries. I don't really know what to do with this space. This is very valuable land because it's green and it's gonna always be irrigated and not impacted with bad tides. I think we can leave it as berries and dandelions. And if we just get some overhangs, we can build stuff above that. In fact, if we go, because we're doing great on resources, which maybe I'm taking that for granted, but if we go like this, we'll get some overhangs and then have that overhang over here. Then we can get some houses and maybe even do campfires. So I want to make sure that our well-being's in a good spot. Wet fur is lacking. Campfire is not at 100%. So I want to make sure we have enough of those. We can get more contemplation spots placed around. And where to put those. Can we fit one right here? Yep, we could do that. And then the same over here. These are not as high priority. Okay, this one's ready. Move this one. Oh. So now we have to move this. Let's see. Let's just rip the band-aid off. Remove that. For now we can just add one right here. I'll probably rearrange it. But so I would like to place it right around here potentially, but we have so much space that we could build stuff up before placing this next metal platform down. I don't want to rush that. So this will be a fine spot for now. And I guess we're already connecting with power. So we're fine. We can unpause that. Unable to get all the materials. Ah, shoot. We need biofuel. Refinery, medium chance of injury, does not require power. And where do we want to place it? Let's slow down just a little bit. Where do I want to place it? I want it to be close enough to these, but it does not need to be a powered building. Right here. This. This seems like a logical spot. So I think we are going to place it right in this section. We can fit a couple of them. We can have one set to catalyst, but I don't think we'll be able to make that yet because we need maple syrup, which we are not collecting. But if we go to our farm, okay, the maple trees have just grown up. We can always add in this guy. See, can he reach everything? He'll be able to get the chestnuts, but then we need a tapper shack for the maple syrup. So we can do that. And we do have that unlocked. And then yeah, we'll just leave that. And these guys are starting to grow up. Okay, so we'll leave all that. They'll construct it as they can. 13 vacant jobs. That's not that many. Oh, hello. Let's see. About to mention well-being. Yeah, that could be better. Try and get some more of the aesthetics set up. Food, we're working on improving that. We get a couple fun stuff for the beavers. We could always have some fun stuff in this section, because there's some that need to be ground only, and this could be a good spot to do that. And as long as we connect it in with the zip line, then that's feasible. Okay, let's prioritize this bad boy. Prioritize by haulers as well. So we gotta get the bots going. Let's see. Centrifuge would look nice on bot factory. I was thinking that we could fit that right on top of here. I need to shift the connection a little bit. That'd be a good long-term spot. We can't reach it quite yet. But if we get just a few platforms placed down. And I just need to shift one connection over. Okay, they won't be able to construct it yet, but that's... Once they can reach up here, then they can. So we'll set it like that. Because I'll need to go into one of the middle parts in order to connect in. Did I unmark them for cutting? Ooh, for those trees. Yes, except for where there was one dead tree. But now it's unmarked. And then we have a few back here that we can mark. Yeah, I think we're looking good now. We can speed it back up again. I didn't realize I slowed it. Wowza. They have all this dynamite placed down. Detonate that. And so we're still... Is that too high? Looks like 2 levels high. Yep. So as long as you place down some double dynamite. We'll get them down here this way. Actually, we can go like this because then we should be able to reach these last parts from the stairs. So we got all this. Then we can also, let's take a look at our power. Okay, power is actually looking good. So that is fantastic. We have this situation. Oh, we have a drought approaching. Let's see. We go like that. And then we can remove these paths. Something like that. So we kind of pivot the water around. So once they do this, then we can construct not all those, just some. They can reach this one immediately. Unpause, but pause this one. This one is low priority. I guess we can just add another water wheel while we're at it. Then also low prioritize it. And then, oh, we're not gonna be able, oh cool, we can go underneath. Oh, that's way higher. Let's add in some windmills and then super low prioritize those. And then we'll get the levees placed down. They won't be able to reach them, but that's okay. We're getting all set up. That's how we're going to connect it in that side. This could be good. We're going to have some more power production. Even though we're fine for now, but during the droughts, it'd be nice to have that extra power. Mainly from the windmills, because the water won't be flowing. Yeah, let's make sure we collect all this stuff. Okay, so this is set. This guy doesn't have the materials. We can pause him for now. No need to have them just sitting around. We are on our first bot. We are 19% of the way there. Yeah. And then we need to get some storage for the biofuel because they have immediately maxed it out. So that is a good problem to have. Biofuel storage. We can go right next to it. So I pretty quickly abandoned the idea of getting a second set of bot part factories over here. But that's okay. Let's see, placing them like that, will it affect water flow? Are you talking about the water wheels, Sand Artist? Because you only need 2 wide like you mentioned earlier. Let's see, you're talking about the levees on the side, I'm guessing. I know that you can compress water, or well, you can't compress water in real life. In the game, since it's so low of a flow that if we condense it so it's only 2 wide instead of 3 wide, the height's going to go up a little bit, but I think that the flow rate, it still should be able to fit through here. That's kind of what I'm saying. Morning Games Nation, glad to see you here. And we have 10 people who are viewing the stream right now. That is fantastic. Some familiar faces, probably also some new ones. So we're getting our bots constructed. Let's bump that up. They should be getting that done soon. Oh yeah, I want to get housing in order. Let's see. And well-being. What do I want to do? We do a campfire, and then above that we could do some housing. I kind of like that idea. Let's go with a campfire. Or we could even do it like this. Campfire. And then we have a double space. We can go like that. Then we'll get the overhangs going all the way across. We might need the 6. Yeah, that'll be perfect. So we'll have that. And then we can get some more housing set up. Oh, and then we can go like this. Look at that. Okay, we won't be able to fit as many. We can get some more rooftop terraces if we need. Or is it worth it just to go with the larger housing instead? Oh, well, we can't right there. We could right here. I think we'll just stick to going with the lodge. And then we could always use this is a place we can go up in elevation. If you want to connect into, let's just do this. Let's go down a few levels, make it a little bit easier. So we have this. We can only fit one rooftop terrace. I guess we could fit a second one over here. Get 2 more. Seems like we're doing pretty good on rooftop terraces. Can always add some more on this side. This might be a good way just to connect everything in. If we go around here. Something like that. And then we can always add a few more just to get the loop fully connected. Then we have 2 more houses we'll construct. We'll need to make more. Ooh, we have a bot. We have a bot. What should we toss him in? We have so much science. I say we pick a dangerous job like this one that we need explosives. We're gonna start with that. 2000 science, no problem. And then he gets his biofuel from here. Want to make sure that we can connect everything in. It would be good to maybe have a zip line station right near this section. For now, not the permanent solution, but we'll just tie it in like that. And Yeah, that'll be good. They're making biofuel. This guy does not have the catalyst, or doesn't have the maple syrup. Pause him. And then how are we doing on bot parts? 2, 4, and we have no chassis. Yeah, so I guess we're short on bot chassis. Let's prioritize this by haulers. Because I think this is the only one that requires biofuel, so he was not able to do any work while he was waiting. And these guys, they were able to. By the jaggedness of the path. You're talking about this. I think, so is what matters is what's the water doing right through here. So it'll be going out straight, and then afterwards it's at least too wide so that's not going to impact this. But we can detonate everything now. And then we can unpause it. We'll need to make sure they can get over here, of course. And so now they'll be able to reach everything, and then yeah, so we'll have them start working on constructing all this, because they might need something to do. Seems like they've constructed pretty much everything over here. And then we'll add in the windmills, or the windmills. We can honestly get those set up right now. Just put them on top, because they already have everything else constructed. And then we will need to connect it in. If we add in some double dynamite, we can then get some more water wheels over here. And then let's also do this. We can tunnel, keep it going. Can I preemptively put a path on top? We'll see if it keeps it. I kind of doubt it. We'll get that set up, and then we'll connect it in right over here. That'll be easy enough to do. In fact, we could even do this. Let's tunnel. I guess we don't want to tunnel. We'll just need to change this whole place up a little bit. Because we can add in one more set of water wheels, and we can block part of this. And then I don't think I need to turn anything off. I'm going to turn this one on because we are maxed out on water. They're going to pump all this out, which is okay because it only goes down a little bit. It goes down to the bottom of this level, which you can't see. So that'll be fine. Over here, this guy's not powered. I need to figure this situation out. Maybe a gravity battery? Because how much power does this use? It's a grist mill. 60 HP. That's not too much. I think we could just add a simple gravity battery over here and we'd be fine. Ooh, we have lots of cattail. This is processing wheat flour. We need to process cattail flour. Building unstaffed. Okay, that's the hauling post. The herbalist needs dandelions, but we... Where's our antidote? 120. We haven't had any contaminated beavers. Ooh, we have another unemployed bot. Let's go to our jobs. And then explosives factory. Switch that other one to a bot. It will compress water more because it expands to 3 and combines in 2, so the speed will be higher. Yeah, we'll be fine with the water wheels. Ooh, they have built this immediately. Get those sorted out. As soon as they get over here, they'll be able to construct these faster. Oh my gosh, we have 2,000 logs. We are running short on planks though, 174. We could start tossing some bots into these jobs. Okay, we had the windmills going. It'll be helpful once they're connected in. Oh yeah, and we can also get these ones. That's also good. It looks like the path auto, or I guess it just stayed there, even after I place the tunnels. That's good. Okay, we don't really need to get over here. So let's remove paths. And then we can remove one of these. Let's collect the planks because we are starting to run a little short. 1, 2, 3. So I have one more. I'm not going to place this down because I feel like it's going to move this somewhere that I can't reach it. We'll need to do that. And then add in this. And we'll shift the path around. And then we'll have those last few. And then we should be set. Look, we're almost. Oh my goodness, that's not what I'm trying to do. Oh, we can reach this because we'll be right here. But look at this. We'll be connected in. Do a windmill on a platform for the cattail place. Oh, yeah, I guess we don't have to stick with just gravity batteries. Oh yeah, we could use that new little method for these. Remove that and then just... Oh, well, that's not the right spot apparently. Let's bump these up. Only thing is this is also temporary power, so... 300. That might be a little... Well, I guess it does blow more often. The heck? Let's bump both these up. Then we could also do a gravity battery if we need to, which we might. Might be nice just to have some constant power. And then do I want to add another gristmill over here? Because we have cattail. And then we have both the bakeries. I'm leaning towards we do want to have at least a gravity battery and then probably also another gristmill. So what I want to do is remove these crops. And then we'll add in everything for a second gristmill. I think between these, it should be enough to power a couple buildings. Yeah, I think maybe we add in one more. We got one more water wheel. And then We'll add in another wind turbine. And let's bump this up. The grist mill. Yeah, it doesn't look like it's connected, but it is. It's underneath here. Run the power shafts underwater and use cliff nearby for battery. Yeah, we could do it over here instead. That gives us a lot more potential energy. In fact, we can do this. Let's see. We don't need any of this. We're gonna remove this. And then make sure we collect it all. And instead, we can do something like this. If we put in, I don't want to go too overboard because it's not like a big system. Let's start with this. We'll have this go right here. We might not even need this, honestly. We'll modify this if we need to, but I think we'll just get a gravity battery placed here. And I do like the idea of having it go in this direction. Also, I need to not place a platform here. Instead, I need to place a levee. You have to make sure we can reach all this stuff as well. We'll go right along underwater. And then I think, yeah, that'll connect everything in. This will be plenty for what our purposes are. And let's duplicate this. And then just make sure it is set to cattail flower. And has he stored all the wheat flour? Okay. What's this guy doing? You think this guy could be helpful and bring some wheat flour over to him? Apparently not. Overhang. Yeah, we could do overhangs. If this is not enough, which I'm going to be a little surprised if it won't be, considering we're going to have 3 windmills and then 4 water wheels. And we could always add in more. But if this is not enough, then we can make some modifications. We can use some overhangs and add in more of these gravity batteries. But I think for now this is probably going to be plenty. Let's actually switch this guy to cattail flower, because at least he can make something. We do need to get some storage set up for the cattail flower. We can go right over here. And then we can start going in 3 dimensions if we need to. Cattail flower. And then we can bump this one up a little bit. Oh, we have 2 bots who are unemployed. Okay, we're running low on planks. You know what that means. Switching these jobs to bots. And then we'll set this lower, have that for bots. Actually, instead what we'll do, we'll set this as normal. They won't be able to go in there yet. But we can then switch one of these to be bots. Well, first we'll lower it, then we'll set it to be bots. Okay, so this is kind of our bot overflow. Is the builders. Why do they have bad water stored here? We'll also need to get some more gear workshops up and running. Detonate this, collect those planks. We'll place the last one down once we have access to it. Get this. And then we could actually just go like this, and we can remove these. And then just do the same. Hello, Austin. Welcome to our Timberborn live stream. Let's get a spot set up for this next windmill. I think we just need to have everything next to it removed, and then we should be fine. There's a lot of power we could be utilizing. Only have 2.5 days left. We still are doing great on power though, so I'm glad to see that. And then we do actually have some bot chassis stored up, so we can unpause that. And honestly, as soon as we get a few more bots, I'm going to switch them to be working in here and in here, because these are high injury jobs. And oh my gosh, they have maxed out the biofuel. Let's reduce that to 1 worker. I don't think we have... Do we have any maple syrup yet? Nothing. This is getting close. These are doing good. This guy is maxed out. And then we don't have the grill quite yet. So let's do this. We can duplicate this one. Yeah, we'll just duplicate this. And then set this to grilled chestnuts. Oh, can they not reach? No, they can reach it. Okay, we'll switch this one back to wheat flour. These two. This guy will be able to go right here because the storage is right next to him. Morning, Lucky. What'd you miss for the first hour? We've been focusing on power production and bot parts. In fact, we've made a good amount of progress. We have bot part factories and assemblers and the refineries all up and running. Games Nation, you have an exam in 2 days. Good luck, my friend. Make sure you study hard. And let's see, I think those are kind of the biggest things. So we have an entire other section for water wheels and then who was it? It was Sajal Mister. He recommended putting the windmills at the connection points for the water wheels, and that is honestly super smart. So got big brain move right there, and then we have it all connected in. Now we're in the process of getting it connected to our main system. As long as we collect all these. And then we also have some bots up and running. And there's an injured beaver. How many injured beavers do we have? 15. That's a lot. This is a medium chance of injury job. Thankfully we're doing great on biofuel. In fact, we don't even need this guy at the moment. This is also, oh no. Yeah, these are all high entry. Oh my, we're getting beavers injured left and right. But we're making bots, and once we get a few more who are not working in some of the essential jobs. Oh my gosh, we only have 12 planks. Yikes. Doing better on explosives. And then let's remove this one. Go right along here. It's all connected in. And then let's see. Do we need to add some beavers? We might need to. Want some overhangs though. We can go 6. And then if we remove this one, we can get another few 5s placed down. Might not even be a benefit to going 6 across. We'll just stick with 5s. Just to keep it even. Because then we could fit some more water storage here if needed. Taking your family out for Valentine's lunch, sand artist. I also think that I removed... No. Oh, it's just lower priority. We can bump that up. He can reach all this stuff. Okay, we need to get some more wet fur stuff for the beavers. Because I know that's been lacking. Let's think. Remove a few of these. And then we can place down in well-being the Lido. Is that how we want to place it? Right here? Yes, I think we do. Because we don't really care about this one. And we can remove a few more. Get some planks back. Make sure we collect all these. And then we could probably get some more showers placed right here. And you can always use that duplicate tool that I forget to use sometimes. Overall, oh my gosh, we need more lumber mills. Yeah, I think we need more lumber mills. We have a lot of wood. We can get rid of this path. There's nothing over here. And then we start placing down those bad boys. We're using planks for a lot of stuff. Okay, now we only have 2 vacant jobs for the bots, because 2 of them are in the... Yeah. I guess for now we'll need to switch some of these jobs to bot jobs. Because there's no point in having the bots working in these jobs if they don't have the resources to construct everything. So we'll build up our plank stores a little bit, and then we can shift them over to these jobs. We're still short on maple syrup. We're almost there. Ooh, the well-being went up. Why did that happen? The food, maybe? Because we haven't had a chance to add any of this. We're short on planks. Yeah, I'm not surprised. But now we have these running at night. And then this whole system is connected in. That's fantastic. Except for these ones. If we place this right here, that'll connect everything in. And the drought is over. Cycle 16 begins. We have quite the city. Zip lines are running efficiently. We still have 1, 2 connections that we could add in if we need to get somewhere. We could always place some stuff on top of here. We'd be able to fit it. So if we just go double, and then, what is that, a 4? So we can fit some more stuff. Might need to rearrange the power shafts a little bit, but wouldn't be a problem. Now the real question, could we fit something right here? Ooh, look at that. I don't want to do that though, because I want to place one right here. We need Jay Sean and his obsession with water storage. Yeah, I think that he would be proud of me, because we have all this stored up. And we're also expanding this part. And if we remove these couple of pieces, and make sure we collect everything, and then we should be able to get those last pieces of dynamite here. Then we can remove all this and then place dynamite from the side. In fact, I think we can remove this one as well. And then we'll get the double dynamite placed down as soon as they collect it. Okay, we're not going up in planks quite yet. We'll just keep switching some of these to bots. We have 4 vacant jobs for bots. And that is all right in this builder's hut. So this is not essential. We can always see a 4 there and we'll be fine. We are not experiencing a wood shortage, which is fantastic. Right now, a lot of the bot jobs are close to this, to the tank full of biofuel. Let's see. These guys do have to travel a little ways to get to the biofuel. We could probably make that closer if we made some upgrades. How do we want to do that though? I'm not sure. Jay Sean will want a bigger reservoir. True. That is true. Okay, we'll get these last pieces placed. Detonate it. Now we can finish out these last few. And then they'll construct that as they can. We could lower this. Let's go across. Keep a nice level backing. And then let's see, how do we want to go down here? We can go like that maybe. And then we can do this. This is still 3 down. So we'll place a triple dynamite all along here. Well, they constructed that immediately. And we can also remove these paths. We don't need them. We got plenty for the beavers to work on. Okay, so I think we're at a point we don't have to worry about water. We don't have to worry about food. Resources we're improving on. Looks like we have about 100 planks now. So as soon as we start getting a few extra bots, we can toss them into some of these jobs. We might want to start with the bot chassis because we... Oh, I thought we were low on that. I guess I have it prioritized by haulers. And I probably don't have these ones prioritized. So we have enough of those. Yeah, I think we'll probably want to toss them into the bot part factories first, because otherwise these guys will burn through the bot parts faster than these guys can make them. Because the ratio of how fast each bot part is constructed to how fast they construct a bot is perfectly balanced, so it takes, for a bot chassis, 18 hours for them to make one, and then it takes 36 hours for them to use a bot chassis, but we have 2 of these, so they're effectively building one bot every 18 hours, or 2 bots every 36 hours. So, and then it's the same thing for the bot limbs. This is 1/4 of 18 hours, and then 18 hours for a bot head. By the way, I never removed the refinery on top of the bot factory. Yes. Yeah, because as soon as I remove this, then the power is lost. We have all the resources to do so, I think. We have enough planks. Might as well just rip the band-aid off. So we'll get that. We can remove this one. And then collect those resources. Oh look, they can construct it from below. These bots are almost done. 88 and 81%. They're bringing everything over. Thankfully, they're going to finish it by the end of today. Now they're up and running. So we'll have 2 more bots done probably by the end of today. And then, yeah, we'll start tossing them in the bot limbs and bot heads. We'll start with the bot limbs. I could use a wall of levees since I have so much wood to make it bigger. And that's what she said. Switch that. Wall of levees. Are you talking about... Oh, we place a lot of stuff down. And then triple... Oh, we won't be able to reach all of it. So close. Okay. We need to reach that one piece. Let's see. What do I need to focus on? Have you guys seen anything that I'm missing? We're maxed out on gravity battery power for this whole system. Water wheels are running. We have both of the grist mills looking good. We have both of those. Well-being's doing okay. We're at 35. That's not too bad. We have maple pastries are the last thing we'll need. Contemplation spots, we can add some more of those. Maybe we start focusing on well-being a little bit more. I'm gonna start dumping contemplation spots over here. We want to spread them out a little bit. And then we have 271 planks. So we can probably switch some of these back from bots to beavers. We'll go with 1. And then we can switch our last 2 jobs to the bots, the timber bots. And then soon we'll be able to switch these ones. There's a whopping 10,000 science, but we have 16,000 at the moment. I know that we were... Ooh. So if we take a look at the well-being, you can see the aesthetics. We're not maxed out on everything. That's because we have a few of the houses that are away from where I have most of the decoration set up. So these ones, a lot of this is covering 2 sets of houses. Some of these are covering 5 sets of houses, plus all the ones below them. So if we add in some stuff like this, then we should be able to get these guys in a better spot. The roofs, if we add in a single one, yeah, we can't go right there. We can go right here though. And the shrubs. Beaver statue. Nice, that one will be perfect right there. The weather vane. Yeah, we gotta be strategic when we replace everything. This one. And then this guy's reaching everything. We got those 2. The scarecrow. Let's see, we could do a scarecrow right here, and then it would reach these ones, and then we could do either a bush or a lantern right here. It doesn't really matter because they both give one benefit. Let's go with the lantern, and then scarecrow right here. And I think these guys are set on everything. Yeah. Yes. I want to stack resources for repopulator build. Yes, we do gotta think ahead for that, because that takes just a bucket of gears, treated planks, and metal blocks. Metal blocks we are doing good on. Treated planks, we're slowly going up. Gears, we're kind of going up. So if we want to store enough resources for all of those, which I completely agree with, what we need to do, in my eyes, is make a bunch of bots, because they work around the clock. Make sure we have enough resources to feed building all those bots. And then we'll need to make even more resources so we can store up those resources. So planks and gears, those all stem from wood. So we might need to plant some more trees. We have a good tree farm over here, and then this is a pretty big one. But I think we might need more. And we could actually do something about that if we go in this direction. So we're going to start at the root, which will be having enough scrap metal and having enough wood, and then pine resin. Speaking of which, how are we doing on pine resin? Also, we have trees need to plant. Pine resin, we have 564, which is good. I think we could increase that. Oh, you know what we're going to do? Let's see. I want to get some bots to remove all this garbage. We have 2 vacant jobs. Let's switch. Let's see. Oh, we are doing great on jobs for the beavers. Temporarily, I'm going to pause every builder. Well, okay, since we have so many beavers who were fine, we can start removing these, even though it's likely that we'll injure the beavers because this is a high chance of injury. So we're going to start having some injured beavers, but we have an unemployed beaver. So we don't really need to worry about them getting injured because there's plenty of people to replace them. And I think we just saw a beaver get injured. So I'm hoping that we have some bots also work on this stuff, but I'm not seeing that. Oh my gosh. There are so many, look at that. They're just going to be injured left and right. We have so much water. In fact, we are maxed out on it. And there's no trees. What up? Oh. What was here? I think it was the district center was here. And I planted some trees. And we are probably just... Okay, we have 15 incapacitated beavers. That's quite a few. Unfortunately, these are like extremely difficult to remove. So maybe we switch it up a little bit. We'll pick our beaver strengths. I am all turned around. We are doing great on planks now. Let's switch those to beavers. Now we have some bots who need jobs. So we'll toss them into here. We still have 3 spots for beavers, or for bots I mean. And then let's see. Do I have some of these? Yeah. We'll switch these to beavers. All of those to beavers. So we're doing good on the balance right now. Okay, that's what I want to see. The beaver, or sorry, the bots working at night, getting that done. Huh. You weren't expecting me to say that's what she said? In one of my first ever YouTube videos, I made a "that's what she said" joke. Okay, we have all this marked now, so that'll be good. Beaver, or the bots can work on that. Fountain of Joy. Oh yeah, we could do that. We need to do some rearranging, but yeah, getting a Fountain of Joy would be good. We could also, because it just needs to have water, right? Let's see, monuments. Water dependent, requires access to water. We could easily set that up right here. Let's see. Yes, all the platforms, create a pond out of levees. Use a water fill and put the Fountain of Joy right on the middle of the housing. Look at that. We are on the same page, Sand Artist. Believe the builders' huts are demolishing, so you need to assign the bots to... Yeah. Yep. And we're still injuring some beavers. We have... Yeah, we'll just pause some of these. We don't really want to injure a lot of beavers. We'll leave it mainly to the bots. But there's some beavers. Okay, I can't click on... Oh, the district center? Ah. It's okay. We have a few guys helping out. But this is going to give us some more tree space. So we'll just make sure we unmark this. And then I think that what we'll do Oh, I want to take advantage of the fact that the tapper shack is right here and he has a big reach. So we can replace some of these trees right here. Replace these ones maybe just all the way. We might just replace this whole section with pine trees, and then this guy can collect all that. I need to add a second tapper shack, honestly. And then we wouldn't really need the forester here. So maybe that's what we do. This will just be our pine resin station. And it's going to be a lot. And then we'll expand our tree chopping over here. So that'll be a reason we want to have this connected in. So if we do something like this, we can disconnect this one. Let's make this super high prioritize it. Let's try and get it done by morning. And then we can disconnect this one. And this one will connect over here. And then we'll just start going in this direction, because we can use the water from here to irrigate this land. I'll need to figure out where I want to have all the trees and whatnot. Because we have the blockage right here. And we don't want to have too much water filling up, because like if it's wider than 3 tiles, it doesn't really provide much of a benefit. Because as long as it's 3 wide, then you get the most irrigation spread. So if we add, how far can we go? We can go quite a ways. I think we'll want to go right here is probably fine. Maybe right here. Let's see if we have one right. No, we'll go a little bit farther. And then we should be able to reach well across here. Yeah. Don't think they can reach this one yet, though, because we need to get the paths set up. And we can bump this up, and then also start removing all these berries. Do an underground watering hole. Oh yeah, we could do that, because we have something like that over here. So, oh wait, we can unpause everything. So if we go down, we have little 3x3 grids, and that extends irrigation all the way over here. So we could emulate that for this section. So it does not need to be above ground. It's a good point. We would probably just want to have a tunnel go underneath, 3x3 grid, tunnel, 3x3, and then just kind of extend it where it needs to be. We also have some trees that we can start chopping down over here. So let's get a few of those. And just mark all this. And then, how are we doing on wood storage? We hold 2,400, we're at 1,700. It's a good amount. We want to make sure we have more storage down the road. And we have so many injured beavers. We have 25. So that is why That's really why I didn't want to have the beavers try and remove all that in the first place. So my suspicions were confirmed. We can place some of this. That's all unmarked. And then we'll just slowly make sure the rest of these are unmarked as well. Interesting. So does this block irrigation also? Oh, it says so. An impenetrable obstacle that also blocks irrigation and contamination. And we still have some beavers working on it. Oh, we've injured so many beavers that we now have balanced out our jobs again. Good thing we have the bots working tonight. Look at that. Let's see. Remove that. Remove this. Detonate this. Collect these. Okay, we can place those. Getting closer. Cool. Logs is that you supply by the haulers because the beavers. Whoa, there's lots of trees. Okay, I think that we're in a good spot. Power's looking good. Water's still great. Food's looking good. And then we will soon be able to unpause some of these builders' huts. Once we have gotten through some injured beavers and we have all of these removed. And of course the beavers are going to work on it. We're going to pause that district center because we have enough injured beavers at this point. Although I do want to bump these up because they're not going to work on them. There's something else to construct. We can detonate those. And then, ooh, fantastic. Detonate all this. Look at that. The water's getting all jiggly. And then we do need to keep that one. That set of stairs for now. Okay, so that goes 1, 2, 3, 4. So if we just go single and then triple. Okay, so we moved all that. We can unpause all those builders' huts. And then we can unpause that one too. Ooh, we have no bot jobs that are vacant. Let's get some bots in the gear workshops. Could do a bridge section for an extension. Oh, you mean for reaching all this? Yeah, we could use the bridge. It's not a bad idea. In fact, that's a pretty good idea. So let's do this, because we'll need to get these ones and these ones. So we can go... We're going to do something similar to what you said. We'll start with an overhang, and then we'll do a bridge. Let's see, 5x1? Yeah, that'll be good. Cool. Whoa. Oh, they're bringing the wood over from here. Is it not faster to go into this? It's kind of surprising, but... Oh, because they went directly up here. I see. Pump this one up. So that's just the details over there. Let's see. We could do this if we wanted to extend the irrigation a little bit. Thankfully the path will stay on top as we learn from another section way over here. Everything seems like it's running smoothly. We have plenty of power. This is all maxed out. We have so many injured beavers sitting around. We can actually toss a couple beavers, or a couple bots in here, and a couple more. That way we'll reduce how many beavers are getting injured. We'll lower this one as well. I don't think we really need to make more medical beds, even though we do have injured beavers, because as soon as we have the uninjured beavers leave, then that'll open some slots up. We can continue to try and reduce the bots or the beavers that we have working in those dangerous jobs. This will be one that we can do next. In fact, we could do that right now. We have enough science. And we're just pulling from this builder's hut, so that's not a problem. Yes, the bots to the mine was something else I was thinking of, because that's a high injury job. Yeah. But it's a lot of beavers that work in here. So wait till we have a few more bots saved up, then we can switch them. Let's see, what else? We were working on well-being for a while. How is their well-being? We have a lot of injured beavers, so it's probably not great. But fur's a little bit better. Gold chestnuts is improving. Still need more contemplation spots. Aesthetics are also improving, but we still need to help out these guys who are over here. So really, let's see. Right above this would be a good little 4x4 grid if you want to place some stuff. So let's get some decorations. We'll go. What we could do. We'll do this. We'll have. Well, this is not going to be a permanent path. We're going to nix that. Get some of the better ones. Beaver statue. Oh, it's so close. Move it over here. We're gonna move this one over here. And then we can also get some others. Let's see, another weather vane. That's 2 tiles and the scarecrow. We can do some right here maybe. Help out with, let's see, we'll go, oh, we gotta go up. Lantern and the shrub. Just need some fuel nearby. The Colossus of Clout? What the heck? That's not what it's called. What's a Colossus of Clout? But yes, we will need to have a fuel source. Where am I looking? I'm so turned around. Okay, way over here. Yeah, we can go extend the path, go for storage, and then we'll get a couple biofuels. Ooh, we'll get catalyst at some point. Stick with biofuel. And then we could just do this. We'll just lower these and then just add a couple more of these with extract once we get that. Ooh, do we have some maple syrup that I see? We have no storage for it though. We can change that though. If we rearrange over here a little bit. Let's see. We're not going to do it quite like that. We'll shift this guy back. Then we'll get some storage. Set that to maple syrup. Because we do not want him to not be collecting that. And we'll also rearrange the jobs over here just a little bit. I guess we don't need to remove those. But we do want to change it like this. The Sultan of Swat. Great Bambino. Oh, Sandlot? Man, I haven't seen that movie in forever. I don't remember those parts from the movie. Clearly it's been too long. Hello, Colin. I think you were here last stream, right? Or was it the one before that? That was the last one. We're looking pretty good on our resources. We've made our way over here. Okay, we need to be intentional about what elevation we have everything at. So if we have a 3 below this level, oh man, that's gonna be 1, 2, 3. Okay, we won't be able to reach it, but if we go down, we can have some underground tunnels. So this whole thing's gonna be pressurized. Okay. This could be interesting. To get here also, let's do some rearranging. We're just going to go straight across. Then we'll add some stairs in. Then we want to get access to down here. And why am I doing this? Because we have the zip lines, we might not even need all this, but we are invested. So we can go like that. Let's go down so we can look a little bit easier. So then we can get those tunnels set up. We'll just start going in this direction. And the irrigation spreads something like 14 tiles. So we can go quite a ways. That should be fine. Then we'll do a 3x3. And so at that point, if we want to go down in elevation, like we could also build some of this up with dirt blocks once we have access to those. Use a pressure to our advantage this time. Yes. Yeah, honestly, on a map called Pressure, it's kind of fitting that we're doing something that's a pressurized system. And then let's keep going down. We'll collect all our resources and then detonate these. I almost deleted that. Okay, I think I should be able to collect all this now. So we can just remove these. Turn collection mode on. Detonate. Look at that, we're making good progress. So triple, and then triple, and double. And then just start going down. Now we have 9 beavers who are unemployed. How many vacant, or how many injured beavers? Down to 13, that's not too bad. I already unpaused all these jobs. Almost all these jobs. Almost all these jobs. Let's get some more smelters. And look at that. We have 2 vacant jobs for the bots, which are in these builders' huts. But that means we can have 8 vacant jobs and be fine. So it is time to switch this and detonate this. We can bump that up by 1. We'll start getting some more scrap metal. Let's duplicate this and then we can switch it to extract, not extract, catalyst. Duplicate that. Now we're not making catalyst at the moment because we have it paused. If we unpause this guy, this is a medium chance of injury job. Okay, we switched that already. We have 7 jobs that are vacant. What is this? Gear workshop? Let's turn that on. We can switch some of these jobs back to beavers, because we have some unemployed beavers. Okay, so things are looking good. Things are looking good. And then as long as we connect in a path, that way they can reach all this, then we'll be fine. It is pretty far away in general. You have to take quite a few zip lines to get across. Yeah, so I have a question for you guys. Oh, any Valentine's plans? Yeah, I'll need to take, my wife and I are going to go out. It has not been planned, but I'll make it happen. So, it'll be a good date night. It'll be probably difficult to find a place, but we'll probably do something a little bit more casual. We have been working on the house some more. We also had a fun big purchase recently. We bought a humongous TV, 75 inches. So we set that up last night, and that was a big step up from our last TV. So we've been waiting until we got a house to get something like that. We wanted to make sure that we bought a TV that fit the room. And it fits the room. We have a pretty good sized living room, so it works out pretty well. But yeah, we'll do something for Valentine's Day. And then probably do some housework, honestly. Yeah, it's the biggest TV I've ever owned. And it's 4K, so it's fancy. We got a good deal on it from Costco, though. We're still running a little bit short on gears. I think we'll switch these two to be bots. How much gear storage do we have? 1600, that's a good amount. Can you add Bob MC? What? I don't know what Bob MC is. This guy is Dunzo. Remove him. Oh yeah, so I wanted to get your guys' 2 cents on district centers. So in the Road to 1000 Beavers, that was a pretty big map, so I added a bunch of districts. But now with zip lines and tube stations, it feels like your reach is just so far that it almost seems unnecessary to add district centers. Because then you have to add, it seems like you're starting from scratch, you know, with a new district. So you don't need to necessarily do production in that district as long as you have the resources transfer between them. But, you know, storages for every food, make sure you have water, all the fun activities for their well-being, and then a power source potentially. So it seems just like the upfront costs are more than it's worth. But that's just kind of what my 2 cents are. I want to know what you guys think. You got 65-inch from Costco, TV 69. Yeah, you can get some good deals at Costco. For years we've been going to Costco and just like walking through the TV section, thinking someday. And that day was yesterday. We can remove all of these. This guy is still making some progress. So the reason why I brought the district center is because this is just so far away. We have could we streamline a connection? I don't know how much time we'd save if they went straight across, or even better yet, if they went this direction to get all the way over here. Maybe we have this, we have like a bot colony out here. Not colony, but we have some bots who have all the things they need because they don't have to go back at night. It would just be maybe we get like a large pile, or maybe we get a large underground pile. And then we have just a bunch of trees over here. Make sure they have, let's see, it'd be biofuel and catalysts and some tanks. And then once we eventually get the punch cards, well, that's how they detonated some tunnels. Let's keep adding those paths in. And we have 7 beavers who are unemployed. What do we want to do? We can start with some tree planting. Oh, does that get in the way? Interesting. So I don't know if we need to have that. Well, I guess. Because yeah, which way do they actually go? They probably go this way. They probably don't go across and then back. Your only thought about districts is zip lines. It'd make more sense. But the tubeways travel is faster and expansive. Yeah, it's a little bit faster in the tubes. Because this is, well, so this is movement speed plus 150%. I think it's plus 300% in the tubes. The only upside of zip lines over the tubes is you can go diagonal in all 3 dimensions. Because like tubes you'd have to go, you know, right and then forward if you want to get, you know, across. Like this, for example, you'd have to go this and this. So you have to start doing geometry if you want to determine what's faster. And then you can do the same in the 3rd dimension also. So that's the one benefit of zip lines. And then also you don't need to build the infrastructure. Like this is, you're just investing in that zipline station. You don't have to do tubes all along the way. So, but those tubes are pretty fast. It looks like they go down, so we don't need this path up here. And let's make sure this guy can plant some trees. We're going to stick with oak. We'll go all up top. And then we'll just basically have everything set to plant. We'll need to leave some space specifically so we can get some storage. So we're gonna go full send. Oh, we won't be able to do that because the tunnels. Okay, that's where the tunnels are, so we go on this side. We'll also move this guy. And then we'll go. We're gonna unlock this one. We're gonna fit a few. Let's see. I'm going to do a little bit of rearranging. We can leave that there. It's also unplant. Okay, I'm in think mode. I need to get better about talking while I'm thinking. Let's see. What the heck are you talking about, Colin? I do not understand what you're saying. Let's see. So I want to get some, I want to maximize space. We could probably bump this up in elevation if we needed to. What's the benefit of that though? If we place down some lumberjack flags, I don't think that we can build, yeah, we can't build platforms up on top. And then we can do overhangs on top, but it's not directly above. I think it has to be one more. Yeah. So let's see. We already have underground pile. That's where we're going to take advantage of the space. So we can get that set up. We don't really need more storage. We can go like this. We'll go like that. And then that's not worth it. I mean, I guess we can leave it like that, and then just have some of those. We'll do it like this. So we'll just have an army of lumberjack flags. We'll do it like that. And then we have storage underneath, up to 1,000 logs. We can, for now we're going to leave beavers working over here. So, we'll make this a tooth grindstone. It's under well-being. Yeah, right here. We can also, we'll have some storage. Ooh, I like this. Here we go. We'll go storage, warehouse. For now, we'll have this set to something basic like sunflower seeds. And then on top, we can have it set to water. That way the beavers and bots, well, just the beavers, they don't need to go running all the way back to the district center if they get hungry or thirsty. So that'll be our little resource station. We can switch this to punch cards. This can be switched to biofuel. We'll get some catalyst at some point. But that'll be once we switch all these jobs to bots. But that's not going to be for a little while. And then we'll probably add a zip line over here. And then all the lumberjack flags will have just a much bigger range. But that'll be down the road. You can always leave a little space for fuel when you transfer them to bots. Yeah, I mean, worst case scenario, honestly, is once we have bots over here, we can always just remove some trees to add in more space. So, for now, maybe I'll leave these two, because, well, I don't really need both. We'll put trees here. But yeah, we will make changes down the road. This guy can reach everything up top. And I think we just hit that 3x3. Yeah, look at that. Oh, and we can also remove all of these. And then I think the path should still be in. Yes. And then let's make sure we pick all this up. And they're working on this last one. Oh. Just gotta get this put in. Look how much green space we have now. That is fantastic. And then honestly, let's remove this one. And then we can continue the tunnel going underneath. We'll go, how far do we need to go? So we have gone over here. Yeah, we can't place it on this level because then the water would just start flowing out. So we'll need to go down in elevation. So we can go piece of dynamite and then, oh wait, that defeats the purpose. We're gonna go down one more. There we go. Now we can continue. And then we'll probably just come across. Well, then we gotta be careful about coming up here. Oh wait, but I'm gonna put dirt here. Okay. Going back down. This is kind of the farthest we can go. Yeah. So we'll be fine since we're underneath this by 2 tiles. We'll fill this in with dirt, and then we'll have another 3x3 grid somewhere, maybe over here. But that is plenty for the beavers to do for now. We just need to add in some paths so they can reach everything. And I just placed a random tunnel somewhere. Okay, so now we don't have any... Ooh, we have some bot vacancies. We are running a little bit low on scrap metal, relatively speaking. Bump that up to 10. Ooh, bad water source. Bad water source. Well, we have our... That's our water seep. So I haven't seen anything go along here. Okay, Lucky, tell me what you're thinking. I think there's nothing over here. Oh, I see what you're talking about. Oh, we are getting real close. Wow. Okay. Oh, wow, we are close. Okay, let's see. We're going to shift over. I do not want to be that close. What the? Okay, so we want to be, I think, 2 tiles over instead. That was a good catch, Lucky. We can remove that one also. And then... Oh, you don't want that. Too far. Okay, I think we're good at this point. And they are all sitting around. Let's pause most of them for now. Also need to Mark everything over here. See you, Colin. Could block bad water source and fill with water. It is true. Yeah, Sanders, I think Colin was trolling. He's being a little goofball. Can this guy reach? He can't. Well, this guy. He can't. Let's do... How far does this reach? This goes a good distance. Oh, but now they won't be able to construct this because it's too far away. Okay, let's do this. See, here's why I knew we needed to have a path. We'll just have that go right along here. Oh. There we go. So that's close enough they'll be able to reach it. As soon as this guy removes this tree. You have 2 bots who are needing a job. Okay, they're starting to spit out bots left and right, which is good news. Okay, you got this. I believe in you. Switch this job to a bot. He can plant day and night. And then I think that we're just going to immediately switch this so that we have some storage. Make sure it's set to biofuel, because I don't want that bot to have to leave. Yeah, there we go. Excellent. Let's see, how's everything going back in the district? Because we have not been focusing on this section a whole lot lately. We have some bot parts. We have a good amount of bots. Let's keep switching some of the dangerous jobs. What were some of those other ones? What are the other high injury jobs? Everything over here is high injury chance. We got those switched. Only have 2 explosives factories. Those are both switched. These are medium chance of injury. Another reservoir. You mean getting some water pumpers? We're doing fine on water. I'm not too worried about that. Wow, they let you switch this to be bots? Yeah, we have a little colony forming over here. Doing great. So these guys are maxed out. Oh, we don't have any storage for cattail crackers. I think we do for bread, though. Let's take a look at that. Oh my gosh, we are maxed out on bread. Okay, before we do anything else, let's toss some bots somewhere. Gear Workshop seems like a logical place. We already have them all in the Gear Workshops. You know what that means? We want to keep adding some more jobs. Okay, how do I want to do this? Oh, we can go in this direction. So, 4 by 4. see, can we go 2? And then... Ooh. Oh, we can't go next to it. Dang it. Okay, might kind of defeat the purpose of that. We're gonna try anyways. That is not at all what I wanted to do. Okay, I don't know what we could do here exactly, but we're just filling it in. We can go, is it a 3x1? Excellent. Then we'll start getting some power shafts over here. I think I got super sidetracked. I don't know what we were talking about before. You can fit it right here. Let's see, so we're doing good on planks. I think we got it. Drought is 8 days long. I think we need to expand our storage. So we can do something. This is honestly pretty darn close, and this is totally fine to utilize the space. So let's get some extra storage up here. Remove these. And we'll start getting some more of these underground piles set up. So we'll have 2 right here. And then we can go... No, we'll shift it over a little bit because we can still have some behind if we need to. And then we have this. We'll go logs, planks, metal blocks, and then we'll get dirt. One, two, three. Well, space for more. Start with that, and then these will be set to supply, because this is not where we want to store the main resources. Maybe other than dirt. That one might be okay. Now set it to supply. And a frickin' course. Okay, you finished that one. Okay, you're free, bro. Dude is hypnotized by the power shaft. Okay, we'll get some more. Okay, skier workshops. No, we'll do some more. Smelters, I think. We'll do that. But we are going to have to pick this up during next week's live stream. Set up dirt excavator. There, if we can find a power source. Yes, this would be a good spot because it's just all dirt. So we connect it in maybe around here. We also have this power source. So if we just add in some more windmills, would not be the worst thing. So, but we will, like I said, we'll pick it up during the next live stream. Things are in a great spot. We have all of this. Let's add that connection. That's going to be helpful. This guy's going to have an increased range. Doesn't increase that much. Surprising. But yeah, we're making good progress. We're making some more trees. And then we can also start planting some pine trees over here, because these are going to be essential for getting enough pine resin in the future. And then, yeah, we'll continue it next episode. Thank you all for watching. Oh, Jay Sean, I'm so sorry, but we're ending the live stream. We were talking about you though. We have our reservoir. We're going to add some water pumpers at some point. Might not be the next episode, but here we're going to have some more water pumpers at some point, because we're doing great on water. We're maxed out. We're a day into the drought. So, and let's see, I think that's it. So, Lucky Sand Artist, great to see you guys. Colin was a little bit of a troll, but it's all good. And then let's see, who else do we have? We had Notorious. And then Games Nation was here before he went to go study. And then I think the comment of the day, or the tip of the day, was from the Sagil Mister. And he is the one who had the brilliant idea of getting these windmills placed right next to the water wheels. And you can have it on either side. Super efficient, acts as a power connection and a power source. So I really like that. I think for a lot of future builds I'm going to incorporate that idea. So, and I think that's it. So thanks everyone. I'll see you in the next live stream.